Welcome back to another deep dive. Sometimes, you see a player just explode onto the scene,
Yeah.
and you just think, where did this guy come from? Today, we're going to unravel that story
Oh, yeah.
with Selwyn Cobbo. I mean, he is electrifying to watch on the field.
Absolutely. And, it's more than just like raw talent with him. His journey is incredible.
It is.
From Sherberg to, now being a crucial player for the Brisbane Broncos, the Queensland State of Origin team.
Yeah.
That's a story of resilience. It's inspiring, and it really shows the power of opportunity.
So we're going to take a close look at those key moments in his life and his career to understand, what even fueled this rise to the top.
Right. Consider this like your all-access pass to understanding how a rugby league start is made.
I like that.
Yeah.
All access. All right. So Selwyn Cobbo was born on June 5th, 2002 in Sherberg, Queensland. And I think it's important to highlight that Sherberg, while it's got a rich cultural heritage, it's faced a lot of socioeconomic challenges. So understanding that really helps us understand his journey, right?
Absolutely. That backdrop is essential. And it all began with rugby league for him, right there in Sherberg,
Yeah.
playing for the Sherberg Hornets, junior level. And what's fascinating is that even back then, he was showing signs of leadership.
Oh, really?
Even as a young kid,
Yeah.
we hear stories about him, like rallying his teammates, taking initiative. It wasn't something that he learned later, it was just part of who he was.
That's so interesting. So those early signs were there on the field, and then off the field, he went to Murgon State High School.
Right.
And actually made history as the school's first Indigenous captain.
Yeah, think about that for a second. That, to me, shows he had this natural ability to inspire, to command respect, even at that young age. And I think it really foreshadows the influence he has now.
Yeah.
He just carries himself in that way.
Yeah.
And we can't forget the foundation, the bedrock he had at home.
Of course, his family.
His parents, Kayleen Blair and Seamus Cobbo, they instilled those core values, right? Discipline, respect. We learned that his dad, Seamus, was really, proactive in encouraging his athletic development, like waking him up early for runs, those kinds of things. That kind of dedication from his parents, regardless of, the challenges they might have faced, really set him up for success in the demanding world of professional sports.
Yeah, and on top of that, he had amazing role models to look up to, and one that really stands out, we've heard, is Greg Inglis,
Oh, yeah.
a Queensland origin legend. And it wasn't just Inglis's play on the field, that blend of power and finesse. It was his voice off the field,
Right.
advocating for Indigenous communities, and that really resonated with Selwyn. So he had this drive to not just follow in these heroes' footsteps on the field, but also to use his platform for good.
Absolutely. And, when you connect all these dots, you see how his community, his family, the values they instilled, and then these inspiring figures he looked up to, it all combined to create this young man with enormous talent and a really clear sense of purpose. It was never just about athletic ability. It was about something bigger.
So much more than just a game, right? So with all this in place, what was that moment? What propelled him into this professional trajectory?
Well, the major turning point, I think, was when Cobbo signed that 2-year contract with the Brisbane Broncos
Wow.
at just 19 years old. It was a big step up.
Yeah.
It marked his transition from promising local talent to like a pro athlete in a really high-profile NRL club. It was a real acknowledgement of his potential.
Yeah, it wasn't like an overnight success story. It feels like there were real crucial stepping stones along the way.
Oh, definitely. Before he even debuted for the Broncos, he was honing his skills, experiencing a higher level of competition by training and playing with Winnimanley Seagulls,
Oh, wow.
a very well-respected club in the Queensland Cup.
Yeah.
He was also competing in development competitions like the Mal Meninga Cup. These were crucial. They helped him refine his game, prepare for the intensity and the tactical demands of professional rugby league.
So these weren't just minor leagues. They were serious proving grounds.
Absolutely. And another big indicator of his potential was his selection for the Queensland Under-18 Emerging Origin squad. This showed that it wasn't just raw talent. They saw that he could perform under pressure, that he had what it took to represent Queensland at the highest level. And, this ties back to his desire to inspire Indigenous youth.
It all comes full circle, right? So the groundwork was laid, he had the opportunity, and then that big moment came. His debut for the Brisbane Broncos, round 13 of the 2021 NRL season.
Yeah, it was a dream come true.
It must have been.
It was the culmination of years of hard work, sacrifice, dedication,
Yeah.
all leading up to that moment when he put on that Broncos jersey and competed in the NRL.
It's the culmination of a childhood dream, right?
Yeah.
So the foundation was laid, the opportunity was there, he made his debut, but when did he really make that leap?
I think his real breakthrough, that moment when he truly captured everyone's attention, was the 2022 NRL season. His performances for the Broncos were just outstanding.
Wow.
He went from a promising young player to someone who could change the game.
A game changer. And I bet that didn't go unnoticed by the Queensland selectors.
Definitely not. His form at the club level got him called up to the Queensland State of Origin team. And get this, his debut in that super intense Origin arena happened just days after his 20th birthday.
Wow.
Talk about a rapid rise. From relative newcomer to representing Queensland and Origin, that shows you the impact he was having.
That's huge. Straight into the pressure cooker of State of Origin.
It is.
How did he handle that spotlight so early in his career?
He was amazing. In his Origin debut, Game 1, he had his crucial assist for a try that helped Queensland win against New South Wales.
Wow.
I mean, that moment was electrifying. It instantly put him on the map, and everyone knew he was a player to watch on the biggest stages.
So he wasn't just filling a spot, he was making a real difference in one of the most demanding rugby league environments.
Exactly. And he didn't stop there. He carried that momentum into the 2023 NRL season, where he solidified his status as a rising star. I mean, he started the season on fire, scoring 8 tries in his first 10 games, including this amazing hat-trick against Manly.
A hat-trick, that's gotta feel good.
It does. It showed his skill as a winger, speed, agility, try-scoring ability. He had it all.
It's a statement, but, the life of a professional athlete, it's not always smooth sailing, right? There are bumps in the road.
Absolutely. Cobbo's had his share of setbacks, injuries being one of them. But what's impressed me is his resilience.
Oh, yeah.
He's always come back stronger after time off, showing his dedication to his fitness in the sport.
So more than just raw talent, he's got that mental toughness, too.
Exactly. And that brings us to his influence beyond just playing on the field. Selwyn Cobbo's become a really significant figure in a broader sense, don't you think?
Oh, without a doubt. He's become a powerful ambassador for Indigenous empowerment. He uses his platform to inspire Aboriginal youth, encouraging them to chase their dreams, with confidence and without any shame. It's such an important message.
And think about the hope and pride his achievements have brought to communities like Sherberg, where he's a genuine role model.
Yeah.
For young Indigenous people, to see someone from their community reach this level of success, it's incredibly powerful. It sends the message that anything is possible.
That if he can do it, I can do it kind of thing.
Exactly. And there's another layer to his impact that's really profound as family history. He's related to Eddie Gilbert.
Wow.
A legendary Queensland cricketer who faced a lot of racial discrimination but still managed to dismiss the great Don Bradman. That connection to Eddie Gilbert isn't just some historical fact. It fuels Cobbo's own commitment to closing the gap, through representation and excellence in sport.
Wow, he's carrying a powerful legacy. That really adds a whole other dimension to his story.
So where is Selwyn Cobbo now? What's he up to in the world of rugby league?
As of 2025, he's still a key player for the Brisbane Broncos. But what's really interesting is his versatility. Since Herbie Farnworth left, he's moved to playing center. It shows that he's adaptable, and the coaches trust him in different positions.
So he's not just a one-trick pony.
Exactly. And his performance hasn't dipped at all with this change. This season, he's already bagged 4 tries in just 4 appearances. He's averaging 132 running meters per game.
Those are strong numbers. It shows how consistent and impactful he is.
For sure. And beyond the stats, Cobbo's deeply connected to his team and his community. He said he wants to stay with the Broncos long term, which shows his dedication to success on the field and his commitment to personal growth and being a cultural ambassador off the field.
His legacy is about way more than points on a scoreboard. It really is. Selwyn Cobbo's story is so much more than just sports. It's about talent nurtured by strong values, perseverance through tough times, and a genuine desire to make a difference. His journey from Sherberg to the top of rugby league teaches us about dedication, the importance of role models, and the strength we get from our cultural identity.
It really does. So what resonates with you most about Cobbo's journey? And how can we apply those principles, that combination of talent, hard work, family support, and a clear purpose to our own lives? No matter what we're passionate about, think about that.
It's a good question to ask ourselves. What can we learn from Selwyn Cobbo's dedication to excellence on the field and his commitment to his community? It reminds us that success doesn't have to be a solo pursuit.
Well said. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into the inspiring story of Selwyn Cobbo. We hope you've gained a deeper appreciation for this remarkable individual and everything that shaped his incredible journey.